Good morning, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm coming to you with an open reading. I think I mentioned in the last one, I thought that I was kind of surprised that I was waking up like 6 or 7 because it's very late for me. And with the Scorpio full moon coming, and I just realized that it's not until like Tuesday or Wednesday. So this morning I was awoken at about 3 a.m. This also known as the witching hour. Um, but that's when, especially around full moons, um, I have most of my psychic activity is at 3 a.m., particularly around a full moon. So anyway, I decided I would just get up um, and bring you guys a reading. Uh, this is going to be a pretty big week in the sense that we have some pretty major planetary transits happening. We do have the full moon falling at 20 degrees Scorpio. We also have the true nodes of the moon will be shifting from Virgo Pisces to Leo Aquarius. The north node will be in Leo, which rules leaders, leadership, um, youth, uh, royal families, youth demographics, children, lovers, self-expression, creativity, hobbies. And then we have the South Node will be moving into Aquarius, which rules groups, networks, charitable organizations. These are what are known as non-ritual groups, so to speak. It's not like your church Bible study group or anything like that. So, but it is basically about how one can be a leader. But in order to be a leader, you first have to know what your leadership qualities are, and you first have to be able to access those. And then how do you take those leadership abilities and qualities and do something, the betterment for the group? Because Aquarius is all about the group think or the group collective. If you know the symbol, which is the two squiggly lines for Aquarius, those represent, he's known as the water bearer, even though it's an air sign. And back in the Roman days, they had the public baths. The water fed the community. But it was also only through the public baths that everybody was on equal terms. So you had senators there with poor people. So the whole group collective came together, and at that particular point in time when they shared the common baths, they were all, in a sense, equal. I mean, who can't be equal when you're naked, right? So all of your flaws, everybody's flaws are showing. Everybody's junk is hanging out. So you're all equal at that particular point in time. Anyway, we have a couple of Jupiter transits that are coming through. I don't know exactly what those are right now. It's an hour later than when I woke up, but I had to do a bit of meditation. But my brain is still a little foggy. I have discovered that I have been astral traveling. I actually felt myself coming back. I suspected this, but never had any recall. So I'm interested to see what the next 3 days over this coming full moon will bring for me. Anyway, for those of you who might be interested in a reading, you can click on the little white eye that'll take you directly over to the website. If you're interested in a reading by phone, when you get to the website, go to the tab that says reading by phone, hover your mouse over that, and a secondary menu will pop out. At the very top of the secondary menu is something that says important information on booking. I ask before you submit payment and fill out the booking form that you please read that, because that'll explain everything you need to know about booking a phone reading with me. For those of you who are interested in a private video reading, there's a tab. Just read everything. It'll tell you what you need to know. My turnaround time for readings are between 48 to 72 hours. I don't like people to wait. I don't keep people waiting weeks at a time. Sometimes you need an answer as soon as possible. So 48 to 72 hours from the time that you book and submit your payment. I also I'll be starting the individual monthly readings to be posted up over on the website for those of you who might be interested in that. It's a website membership, but not only do you get access to the 12 individual monthly signs, and those are extended, so you get both career, work, and relationship romance readings. There's also, you get 2 free birth charts, you get predictive astrology. There are lots and lots of articles there, stuff that I write, that I put out. So there are 3 different membership options, 3 different levels. You can, again, click on the eye. That'll take you directly over if you want to join. Great, I'd love to have you. To all of my new subscribers to the channel, welcome. To all of my old subscribers, thank you for sticking with me. And also welcome new members to the website. Glad to have you aboard. Read those charts. Read those ebooks that I wrote for you guys. Okay, so we're going to bring the Rider-Waite deck out. I have the La Vida Sibilas, the Angel Answer cards, and the Heart Oracle Tarot. So let's just go ahead and lay the cards and see what we can see. I'm going to get a good shuffle on these. Well, first card out was the Page of Wands. And this is some kind of news or message or some new kind of motivating factor coming in. Okay, it is a Wands card. Traditionally, Wands are interpreted as a work card. I dare say that for many of us, because we have a lot of factors moving across the house of Taurus, this is about our house, apartment, charity, possessions, movable possessions, bank accounts, 401ks, retirement, that a lot of us may be, might be having some work, not work issues, but some questions surrounding our career and our work and our money, maybe moving. Typically when this card shows up, it speaks to some kind of exciting news coming in. It will be an opportunity for you to quote unquote turn the page. It is new. Pages are new energies. Okay. So something new's coming in. Now for some of you, this may have already started to play out. For others of you, this may play out within the next week to 2 weeks. If I'm going to put a time frame on it. Usually it's a 10-day time span that you look at. Rest of the cards. 2 of Swords. 2 of Wands. Well, isn't that interesting? Huh. Queen of Cups. 4 of Swords. 6 of Coins. 4 of Wands. 9 of Swords. And the 2 of Pentacles. Under the deck is the Sun card. Isn't that something? Okay. Now, this is interesting because I have absolutely no major arcana cards in the spread itself. Now, for those of you who don't know much about the tarot, it is divided into 2 distinct groups. We have what are known as the major arcana cards. The major arcanas are going to be cards like the Sun, the Moon, the Hermit, the Devil, the Tower, the World. And those speak to our spiritual and life lessons. Okay, that's our way through our evolutionary spiritual growth. And then we have what are known as the pip cards. And the pip cards are our numbered cards. And this is all that I have. The pip cards represent the mundane level. Okay, the everyday. How will things manifest in the real world? Okay, this is what they represent. So they also include our court cards, of which we have 2. We have the Page of Wands and we have the Queen of Cups. Now, right in the center, I have 2 2s. Actually, I'm sorry, I have 3 2s and 2 4s. 3 2s on one hand speak to excessive flirting and cheating. So this could be about a third party coming in. Did I say 3 twos or 3 threes? I don't know what I said. Let me give you this because I'm having a hard time getting my brain to work. 1 second. And then let me bring up another window so that I can give you the, because I thought I said 3 threes, but it's actually 3 twos. So bear with me. 3 twos, a wedding. That's one. And then let me give you the 2 fours. This is about either house repairs, which, okay, or looking to move. So this is about a possible change of address. I would dare say if you're getting married, man. Okay, so let me look at the other interpretation. Because I'm looking at it's 2 swords, 2 wands, and 2 pentacles or coins. I don't see any cups. Right. 3 twos, that's what I was saying. Could be a warning of an extramarital affair. Well, and that could also be why there might be a house, somebody looking to move house. Okay. Oh, I didn't give you the other 2 fours. 1 second. Let me go back. I do feel for some of you that you are not exactly sure if your partner is being unfaithful to you. There's some confusion here. 1 second. Now, 2 fours. The first one was a renovation of a house or looking to move. The second interpretation is tells of a safe and secure period of time. And we can say in one respect that that is true. Here is the Sun card. And no matter what else is going on in this spread, the Sun card as the overall energy pretty much tells you that everything's going to be okay. But depending on what side of the coin of this particular spread do you fall on? In other words, is your partner or your spouse cheating? We shall see. Okay. You like, what you mean everything's safe and secure and everything's kind of, that's not, no. What I have in the center is the 4 of swords. Right down the center, it's all swords. 2 of swords, 4 of swords, 9 of swords. And in the center, the 4 of swords, this is our focus. This represents the energy of Jupiter in Libra. And what Jupiter does, Jupiter brings solutions. He brings optimism, expansion, and growth. In the sign of Libra, this is about partnership, okay? So what he will do, Jupiter will bring a lot of different types of relationships into your life. Why? The relationships are going to be designed to help you grow and to expand. Yes, there is a negative side to Jupiter, and that is over expansion, over optimism. You could tend to put on weight during a Jupiter cycle. So he's about overindulgence. He's kind of over the top. He is the king of gods, right? So he was also a philanderer. He had lots of affairs and children out of wedlock. So what happens when Jupiter comes into Libra is this is about discernment within your relationships. And this is going to cover, because the 7th house is really the house of partnership. So this is about business partnerships, romantic partnerships, committed partnerships, friendships, familial relationships. It's the house, it's a social house, okay? How we get along in partnerships with other people. So right in the center, whenever I see Jupiter in Libra, this tells me that someone is in a place where they have had to step back from something, and they're really kind of pondering and trying to figure out exactly what it is they need to be doing, because the swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communications. And as we know, the most important communication that you can have is the one with yourself. So this could be someone trying to really get a handle on what they think, or what they think they know, or what might be being communicated to them. This could be maybe a new business partner has shown up, or a new lover has stepped into your life, or um, maybe you're going to have to take in one of your elderly parents, or maybe one of your children. You know, I don't know. It could mean anything really. But this is our focus, and so now we're at a moment where we're going to have to stop and think about really, where have we been, where are we now, and where do we want to go? Okay, because whatever you decide now will start to roll into effect in 2018 when Jupiter moves into the sign of Scorpio. So across the top, I see that there's some news or something that has come in that may have motivated you. Now, the Two of Swords says, I don't have enough information to make a decision. Okay. So this is about trying to get in touch with whatever your intuition is telling you, but you're not exactly sure. You don't trust it. Okay. I would dare say that if this is about someone, let's say your partner cheating, and look, it's not just in the romantic partner could be cheating. Your business partner could be cheating on you. Okay. They could be stealing money. What do I know? So this card, what you can't see about this particular figure is that her left eye is not covered all the way. Okay, so to me, that card is always an indication of the information is right there in front of you. So either at this particular time, you're so confused, you're not exactly sure what you're seeing, okay, or that you refuse to see the truth of the matter, because swords also represent truth, realizations. Now here we have the Two of Wands, and he is faced back towards this Two of Swords and this page. The two twos represent options. So if this is about, someone cheating, this tells me that there is another person, perhaps, and maybe your intuition is telling you that it's so, but either you refuse to believe it, or you're just trying to, I don't know, tough it out. Maybe you're waiting for the person to come clean. Maybe you're waiting for the person to slip up. I see this Queen of Cups here, and she would normally represent someone who is a water sign, would be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. She's going to be somebody who might be soft, empathetic, can easily break down and have their feelings hurt. But she can also be someone who's manipulative and emotionally deceiving. That's not what I'm picking up here from the card. I think that this is some news has come in for this queen. Now, in one aspect, I do sense that this queen is, some news has come in that has to do with the home. So I don't know if some of you out there are in the midst of trying to buy a home or move. Maybe you need to renovate or update, something as simple as doing a kitchen redo, widening the garage. But at the same time, it's telling me two different stories. This is really about, as well, someone who is at a crossroads, because I think they know deep down that their partner is being unfaithful. Here we have the player card, Six of Coins. Now, I call this the player card because that's how it shows up sometimes. As we can see, this individual in the center is standing between two people, and at the moment, one person is getting more than the other. These coins are not just about money, they are about the actual physical things on the physical plane. Now, this card is about financial flow, it is about charity, it is about giving back. You can see the person is standing rather benevolently. To me, him having the red cape on kind of harkens back to like the magician. He's got on red as well. Okay, so this is, I think, would be somebody who can make a way out of no way and has done so and has been quite successful at it. This could be somebody who does a lot of charity donations, a lot of volunteer work. So this card can play out in many different ways. Like I said, it's telling me two stories. But you see, here's the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is the card of nightmares and anxiety and worry and fear. The woman is sitting up in bed. Now, I've read different accounts of this, but it is supposed to represent about a royal woman. Here we have a queen whose husband has been killed. And she is left at a time, when the tarot came out, women weren't allowed to own property. They couldn't own, they didn't work outside of the home. The majority of them did not, particularly the royal women. And so if they had no sons or male relatives who really were there to look after them, they were literally on their own. So this is the story behind this particular card. So we would assume that this woman is very frightened that the man that she loves, that she's built her home with, is going to leave her. Here we see the Two of Pentacles. So the question becomes, how do I take care of myself? How do I maintain my household in the manner in which I have become accustomed to? Is he going to leave? Am I going to have to leave? Because I've seen it where the other chick will come in and the dude will put the wife out. I've seen that. So we see the Two of Coins is basically, I think this person is trying to hold it all together. This is juggling, trying to keep things up. This could simply be for appearances. Why? It's the two coins, okay? The physical plane. We can see in the background, there's the ship all at sea at the back. So this could be really being emotionally all at sea, completely, devastated, sick even. I think I would be sick if I was being tossed around like that in the back. But trying to maintain on the outward level this facade or this appearance that everything's okay. So I'm just going to throw these balls up and I'm going to keep juggling them and, hope I don't drop anything. I do think I feel in one respect that these three cards are trying to tell me something. Page of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. I think someone is saying, you know what, if that's the case, if I find out, the person's cheating, I'm leaving. And I don't think perhaps that it would be the first time. And the reason why I say that is I have the infinity symbol. I think this also has to do with the nodal shifts. I don't know why that's coming through, but this could be really about stepping into your own yourself, as opposed to what you have been giving for the group or other people. Because this card can ask you to take a look at what you're giving and what you are receiving. So if you're the one who's been putting in all of the work in the relationship, and then no matter what relationship, if you're the one that's been doing all of the work, but you're not getting a lot of recognition or thanks for it or appreciation, then it's asking you to take a look at that. Okay, you see he's standing with the balance, the scales in his hand. Here we have Jupiter in Libra. And Libra in relationships wants fairness, harmony, balance, and justice. Okay? Now, we know in real life that no relationship is ever 50-50. But, one person may always have to pull the weight for a little while for another person. What if if your spouse is sick? And so this has come down to now you are the only breadwinner in the family. Well, now you're going to have to put in the more work. Okay? So that would be a different situation. But if this is just about you've been giving all of your talents, your time, your energy, your devotion to someone, and no matter what type of relationship it is, and you're not getting anything out of it, then this is why I'm looking at these 3 twos. And I do feel that some of you may have gotten some kind of news that might give you an out. Now, if this is about a work relationship, I think that some of you are thinking about leaving your job. You have 2 options. You can either stay or you can go. I think some of you want to move away from where you are. We have the 2 fours here. I have lots of water here. So maybe this is from a dry place. Okay. Maybe desert location, a dry place to a place by water. I think for some of you who may want to move, you're not exactly sure how you're going to do that. You're a little worried about it. What if it's the wrong move? Maybe now's not the right time. What happens if I fail? Well, the Sun card is here to tell you that everything's going to be okay. Even I think if this is about finding out that your partner has been unfaithful to you, and these two cards are trying to tell me something. I think it was an online meeting, and I think they have met in person. And it could have been under the guise of a business trip. Let's go to the Sibilas. But, you know, the truth of the matter is, it could be that the relationship has run out of road. Even though sometimes we think everything is okay, and then suddenly we find out, you know, something's been going on behind our back. Yeah, that's a really crappy situation. But I bet you if you would stop and take a moment, like the Four of Swords is saying, you would begin to see the signs. Perhaps the communication had stopped. Perhaps you just fell into some complacency and everything just went like clockwork, like it was supposed to. I want to pull cards on the 2 twos at the top. I'm going to pull 3 cards on the 2 twos at the top. Because Jupiter in Libra typically will bring lots of marriages. It will bring lots of separations and divorces. It will also bring new business mergers, new business partners. And it will also bring people leaving, you know, their old jobs and going to something new. Why? Because, well, it's time to do something new now. That's what Jupiter does. Jupiter will always, no matter how bleak the situation may be, Jupiter always brings a solution. And the key is to be discerning in the choices that you make. Okay, that's the key to Jupiter in Libra. To know that not all relationships are going to be beneficial for you, but then there are some that are really going to bring blessings and luck into your life. So it's about discerning. And that can be difficult to do when we're not sure exactly if what we're saying is what we're saying, or we don't trust what we're being told, and we're vacillating back and forth between what it is we're supposed to do, and we may even be putting on the appearance that everything's okay when it's not. So the first thing is to ground this. There's these 2 earth cards here. There's lots of air and fire here. And because the 2 of Pentacles shows somebody who's kind of off balance, this is grounding. You're going to have to ground yourself and get back into the reality of the situation. Sometimes we don't want to face the reality. It can't be true, or I can't believe that it's happened to me, or I can't believe that person has done that, or, you know, I can't believe I went to college and I got this degree and now I hate what I do. So this is about grounding yourself, okay? Now that's an interesting trio of cards. I don't even know how to, because I can take this two ways. Now, and this I think could be speaking to Jupiter. The Four of Swords in the center. The three cards are the precious presence. This is a gift, not unselfish. This could be the kind of person that's put, I've, given everything, okay? And I did it because I wanted to. The Yardro, the thief. Remember what I was saying? Asking you to take a look at giving and taking, how you give and what you've been receiving. Because people don't always just come in and steal your physical property. They can steal your faith, your hope, your trust, your belief, your time, your energy, your thoughts. Okay? But he speaks to a negative change. He falls on, these cards fall on these two twos. And so this is why I'm a bit kind of sort of confused by what they're kind of telling me, particularly with this last card. There is the Bambino. Now, this could very well be that some of you find out maybe that you are pregnant, you've just found out, or you find out that there's a baby on the way. There could be one coming in through this extramarital affair. That's first. But at the same time, the cards are saying, these three cards on these two twos of, this is out of sight, out of mind. I've got two choices that I can make, okay? This is also saying that even though this may feel like the worst thing ever, it really is something brand new. It's designed to come in and move you in a new direction. He speaks to a negative change, but it is a change nonetheless, followed by the Bambino. Now, there's the baby. There's an announcement coming, okay? And usually when I see this, it says that there are better days ahead. Let me look. It's almost like the cards are saying it's a blessing in disguise. And sometimes, when bad things happen to us, we don't necessarily see the blessing in it. We're right in the thick of it. We hurt, we mad, we want to fight, and we don't tend to see the blessing sometimes, even in the bad things. So I'm not trying to minimize anything that anybody's going through. I want to look at this 4 because I'm looking at a possible move. Wow, this is weird. Oh, Scorpio full moon. I think somebody wants to move and they are thinking about it. They want to leave. It falls on the 4. This is the marriage card, the shacking up card, the committed relationship. But it also speaks to stable foundations. This is our past row, and we can see that this queen here, I guess, felt or thought or believed or acted or gained some kind of strength from this 4. There was a stability there. But the 3 cards that have come up are the prigione. Somebody feeling like they're chained to a relationship or a marriage. But here's the l'amante, the male lover, or requited love. But here's the pensiero, the meditation or thought. So I'm not exactly sure if the cards are telling me that someone wants to move. That right now is on hold. That's why we have the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. I don't think the person wants to hurt this queen, really wants to hurt them. Maybe there are more than just the years together. And this is a committed relationship or a marriage, or even if it's like a work situation, you know, there's things you've been putting in that time and sacrificing and staying late and doing all of those things. This is going to apply whether this is same-sex or heterosexual. So whomever's going to take the role of the male and or take the role of the female. But I think somebody wants to leave, and they're trying to figure out the best way, I think, to do that. Now, you know, granted that sometimes there just ain't no best way to do it. Just, you know, has to be done. But it's like they're trying to minimize, I don't know. And maybe this 9 of Swords is not just this queen who is worried about it, but also the male who is worried about it. This could also be, you know, those 3 cards. This could all, remember, and then we were looking at also that there's perhaps a wedding. This could also be somebody who is thinking about getting married. Maybe they were married in the past. And they're thinking back to, man, I felt chained in that shit. Locked down. That's interesting. Now, I want to pull cards. Now, this completely, to me, gives a different meaning to the Page of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 4. This could be about someone maybe getting news about some new organization or group, or this is Moon in Taurus. We just had the Moon in Taurus a couple of weeks ago. I think it was the new moon in Taurus. So this could be some kind of news coming in, maybe some kind of financial help or aid in helping someone maybe with their business, or maybe real estate. Maybe they're doing it because they want to get married. Maybe they're doing it, maybe they're trying to get rid of something. We are thinking about moving house, and they're chained to that. They can't move right now. It's telling different stories. Let's pull cards on this 2 of Coins. So I guess I would have to say, so that 4 of Wands is in a very, very important place. It is the last card down on the past vertical column, but it is the first card out on the future row. So we're going to look at the energy of the 2 of Pentacles, this imbalance. And this is our card, our energy leaving the spread. So this tells me that this energy is going to be passing away soon. And here's the Sun. And sun brings illumination. It brings light, success, joy, happiness, growth, expansion, new things. Sospiri, melancholia, and denari. Sospiri, melancholia, denari. Sospiri, melancholia, denari. Sospiri, the sighing, the longing, the waiting. Sospiri. Then melancholia, sadness, depression, denari. Well, that is what it is. So it's like someone is waiting. I think they're waiting on some kind of change. And depending on what that particular change is, you know, this is just odd. The denari. This is not just about finances. I don't think it's an accident that it came on this juggling of finances and an emotional upheaval. We have the sospiri and the melancholia. There's the emotional upheaval. Here is the denari. It is about finances or the safe. It could even represent like not a bank, but maybe someone feeling sad that they don't have enough finances to do what they want, or someone waiting for a change in financial circumstances to move in whatever manner that means. This is just odd. You know, I don't know. You know, it's telling different stories, and it's not really that cohesive. I do feel that this is about a relationship. I feel that somebody wants to get married. I also feel that there's some cheating going on, and also that there's somebody who wants to move. Uh, Somebody wants to move for a relationship. Someone will be moving for a relationship, but also someone will be moving for work. That is just odd. Sospiri, melancholia, denari. The sun just says whatever it is right now, I guess not to stress too much, because you're okay. I take that to be that you're okay. You're protected where you are right now. It just looks like a bunch of confusion happening here. I'm going to pull one card on this. It's the Three of Pentacles. This is the start of something. Something will be moving. Something will be changing. There's your Three of Pentacles. And it mimics those pentacles, the sun. So in one respect, this is about a new financial fresh start. But I think it's also speaking to, it's definitely going to be a change in a relationship. For some, this may be, yes, you find out that your partner has been unfaithful to you. This is, of course, will be changing the relationship. I think this is also about somebody who may be thinking about changing their life to get married. We have the 3 twos. Someone will be moving out because the relationship is done. Someone's going to be moving in because they're going to come together. Now, I'm not saying that if your spouse or your partner is cheating, that they're going to move in with the next person, and they very well may. This is a general reading, so I can't give you that information. It has to be, that takes a personal reading. But then there's also this underlying factor of work and money here. And I think that plays out on all sides. If you're getting a divorce, or you're separating, or your spouse is leaving, or you choose to leave your spouse, then yeah, that's going to affect your money, your bank account, your house, your 401k. There's going to be child support, alimony, insurance, mortgages, things of that nature, property exchanges, sales, buyouts. But at the same time, if this is about somebody who wants to get married to somebody else, it's still going to change those things. It's still going to be your personal, what do I have to bring to the table? And when we come together, what can we do with our stuff together? House of Partnership. House of Partnership. So it's kind of like, you know, either way, I think with the Sun card, no matter which side of the coin you fall on here, it's almost like I said, the cards are saying that really it's probably going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Okay? Sometimes we go through bad things, and once we come out of the other side of it, we're like, wow, you know, I didn't realize, oh wow, look at that. 3 of Cups. Definitely dual story. A extramarital affair, and also the start of a new relationship. Now, I want you to, oh, well, I was going to tell you to formulate a question in your mind, and the angel answer card may answer that for you, and as you saw, it presented itself, so I'm just going to take that's a card that's supposed to come out. Communicate clearly. Well, I think that's going to be very important. There could very well be some negotiations coming up. All right, let's, I'm going to read that for you, what the Communicate Clearly says. I think I said that the other day when I did a reading about, you know, it's going to come down to speaking your heart's desires, your wants, and your needs. And sometimes we grow apart in relationships, and we find out that what we started out wanting together, we have grown in different directions. But this is called spiritual and soul growth. And it could be that in one aspect for some of you, the relationship now, you have done all the growing that you can do within the relationship, and for the other person, vice versa. And so now it's time to move on and find that new partner who's going to help you start moving in a new direction of growth and expansion. For others of you, this could be about you've been single for a while and you are about to take that step where you want somebody to come into your life and to help you to grow. All right, one question, one card. Shit. Excuse my language. It is the Empress card. That's a 3. That's a 3. Three threes. And we go from Sospiri Melancolia Denari to the Empress, the 3 of Coins, and the 3 of Cups. This is all about new beginnings. 2 people coming together to make a third thing. That could be in any way, shape, or form. Let's look at the Communicate Clearly card. Wow. This situation requires very precise and careful communications. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable. But if that's not possible, make sure that your communication method is very thorough. This card can indicate that there has been a miscommunication that is creating a challenge for the parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward again. We had all those swords down the center. And remember I was saying, sometimes we think everything is hunky-dory and then we wake up one day and bam, it's like, I want to leave. What? You know, it's like out of left field. All right. The Empress card, the Nurture card. The keywords are cherish, nourish, blossom, abundance, nature, and creativity. The Nurture card reminds you to tend the garden. Relationships must be nourished in order to thrive. Count the abundant blessings of the relationship you have. Find ways to let other people know that you care for them and appreciate them. Good relationships can be taken to new levels of happiness, and faltering relationships can be revived with loving care and attention. Equally, be sure to tend to your relationship with yourself. Nurture your soul by giving yourself the grace to be who you really are, and love yourself for it. Take a few moments every day to connect with the divine. Nurture your mind by engaging in activities that stimulate and engage. Have an attitude of gratitude. Use your creativity in some way every day. Everyone has the ability to be creative, whether you paint, write, cook, sew, sing, dance, live. Remember I was talking about grounding yourself, and she is an earth energy. Okay? So male or female. And look, there's a representation of the sun corona behind her head. Can you see that? It looks like feathers, but that's actually a sun corona. And in one respect, with the feathers, it can a freedom. Okay. Take care of your body by maintaining your good health or by making it healthy. Relax in a bubble bath. Enjoy a good cup of tea or take a long walk. Connecting with nature will soothe and nourish all aspects of yourself. See, there she is in the little garden, giving thanks and praises and gratitude. Remember that nurturing yourself also raises your vibration and sends a signal of love into the universe. If you desire it, that signal will be a beacon that will bring a new and loving relationship to you. The affirmation of the card is, I shower all my relationships with loving attention and watch them blossom. So perhaps what the message is for those of you who may be leaving a relationship, please be kind to yourself. Don't beat up on yourself. Don't belittle yourself. Don't think that there's anything that you did wrong or that you're not good enough. Nurture yourself. Love yourself. For those of you, I think that I do sense that this is a man wanting to get married. I think that the female person who is either presented themselves or will be presenting themselves very soon, I think it's going to be a lovely, wonderful relationship for the two of you. For those of you who perhaps are wanting to move and to renovate, beautify your surroundings, do that. That can be your part of your creativity that you need. Remember, it's about grounding yourself. And so that's what I have for you. I hope that message helped. And until next time, namaste.